This is the current world record for get higher in Modern Warfare 3. Sledgehammer posted my 9-10 yesterday, but stay tuned to watch me beat that score too. Also, I'll be going in depth on the skips after the first run, so keep watching for that. See you then. Stream can't decide if you're not real or if they want to see you play get high. Huh? Karis needs to see Jake and Sarah 1v1 in COD. I don't want the smoke. Sarah's actually really good at Mortal Kombat. I said you're good at Mortal Kombat. And Princess Peach power on the Nintendo DS. The best way to describe you? What did you say? And just loving video games in general. Good run. Hands are sweaty? Oh, if I get over that. If I get over that, man, I get it. I'm not gonna make the left one. I beat it! I beat it! 9-11! Let's go! On stream, too. On freaking stream. Take that, lunchtime. I beat your record. And now we're going to go a little bit more in depth on the runs so that you guys can understand what causes these skips. And if you're somebody that's interested in speed running yourself, you can get a head start on knowing the skips and knowing where to go. So off the beginning, there's really nothing too special until about the minute to minute 30 mark. You do have to be quick, but you don't have to be that quick. The important thing is that you get there fast enough to get the orange elevators that you'll see here in a little bit. I'll mention that. Other than that, you take the shortcut and you keep going. You don't have to risk any timing with these orange spinning walls. Don't risk getting squished. As you see right there, I kind of went on the one behind it, but that's totally fine because you get the same timing for these elevators that I'm talking about. So leaving here at 1420, this is the orange elevator that I'm talking about. There's only 2 of those, and so far as we know, there's no way to beat that first cycle. So this is what I mean when I say that you can slow down in the beginning and it doesn't really affect you that much. I'll show you the exact point in time where the run starts to be different or more important than most. But for now, you just continue as normal. I fall here just for flair. In reality, you could keep running and it would be the same exact time. And I'll show you where that is here. After the green platforms, you just keep running along these like normal. There is a way to skip these, but it's incredibly RNG based because the positioning of these green platforms changes per round. And this center green block is the exact one that determines where your run can become good or bad. So right after I leave this block, it is entirely up to me and for the most part away from the RNG that happens at those red walls and at the green blocks that we just passed. So here, if you get on the middle one, it's fine. Obviously, the right one is preferred. But like I said, the RNG that's part of those green blocks earlier really determines whether or not you make that center or the right elevator. So here, you want to shoot for this right elevator if you get the timing for it, and I do. If you get the left one, it's okay, but you're going to have to speed up this section right here. Since I got the right one, I get to take my time setting up this jump. And this is the first difficult skip of the run so far. So we'll watch it through and then I'll go back and show you how to do it for yourself. So you want to get to the end of this cylinder and then just start walking at the very last part of it. Once the closer red wall passes you on your left and you're able to run parallel to it without falling down, that's when you run. You should start sprinting before you even see the red wall that you're going to be jumping from. And that gives you perfect timing to then run on the red wall and dive once you hit it. And you'll see the physics and the momentum of that rotation take you up. I'll play that again once we've explained what's going on. I'm walking until I'm parallel with the wall next to me. Once I am, I full sprint and dive, and then I'm up top. And one of the other speed runners that had the world record for a little bit found out that if you jump on this one, you can turn around and then jump into the cylinder. What I figured out is that you can totally skip that entirely just by sliding underneath and then jumping up. Also, for this jump here, you can look a little bit to the right or to the left, and it'll allow you to short mantle up into that cylinder. I get lucky right here, and I get the short mantle anyways. It probably doesn't save that much time at the end of the day. There's a lot of contention on which is the fastest route here. I take the right route and jump up the crates. I know there is that shortcut on the left, and I think the timing is about even, so it doesn't really matter. I just like going that way because you stay on the right side and you don't pass where you're going and then turn around. So it makes the most sense in my mind. Here, this is so far the best route for these snakes. Honestly, I came up with this route for the mantles on day 1 of Get Higher even being out, so I'm surprised we haven't found a faster way than that. What I'm focusing on right now is my tack sprint bar on the left. I want to make sure that I have enough to actually tack sprint this jump and get the short mantle. If you do this skip on the plane without tack sprint, you can still make it, but you will either long mantle it or you will fall. And neither of them are ideal. So that's why I wait on the tack sprint. And now we're getting to the hardest part of any speed run on Get Higher. If you've played the mode and tried this, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't look that hard when you get it first try, but this dive took me hours to get on the first try. If you're someone that's trying to get into speed running Get High and are having trouble with this dive, the one piece of advice that I would give you is every time you're restarting the dive, go back down the blocks where you'll be coming from so that you're rehearsing the same setup in practice that you will be in an actual run. What I mean by this is I'm coming from the bottom of the stairs, climbing up the blocks, getting to my setup, which is kind of a diagonal on this square that I'm standing on. I line up my center dot with that corner before jumping. Some people start from further back to get more momentum. I've just found the best luck here, and this jump is so difficult and so RNG that the more that you can do to minimize randomness, the more consistent that you'll be in the long run. So like I said, those two things for getting this dive consistently or somewhat consistently, even now I probably get it only once every 5 or so tries. But like I said, the main things, number 1 is when you're rehearsing it, start from the bottom of the boxes, get the exact same setup. And number 2 is make sure that your center dot and your body positioning is in the same exact line every try to get more consistent. The next skip is on top of the plane. Tony, one of the other world record holders, came up with this jump, which is absurd. It looks really difficult, but it's actually not that hard once you get used to it. I'll back up so that we can watch it again. You want to jump on the fin, on the center of it, not on the back side of it, like so. Face the plane wing right here. And what you first want to do before you even jump is back up so that your momentum is going behind you. So you'll see my body moves the slightest bit before I jump. And at the same time that I'm jumping, I'm turning my aim to the right, and bonking my head on this cylinder above me is what causes the momentum to take me out to the plat here. An absurdly ridiculous strat, but the fact that it works and that it works consistently is pretty awesome. You kind of have to wait for these red walls, which sucks, but that's all right. When we get to these cylinder skips, some people have difficulty with these, but it's super easy once you get it down. And you want to jump and strafe towards the cylinder while you're at about a 45-degree angle to it. You see I'm a little bit offset with the flat part of the wall in front of me. What this does is the rotation kind of pushes you off, but keeps you close enough to stay in the direction of the plat that you're jumping to. But you get about to a 45-degree angle, turn your head to the right, and then jump. And this is the next skip on top of the door. You want to climb up the left side, and after you shoot, immediately jump. I'm doing that same cylinder skip that I was talking about before. I really wish that I hit one of those plats on the left side, but maybe next time I'll have to try that a little bit better. I'm one of the few people that stays on the right side of these rails. The only reason that I do that is because I'm closer to this right platform. I don't get timing for it all the time, but when I do, I feel like it helps a ton with getting this section over with faster. And this section of green platforms is surprisingly tricky until you get used to it. The piece of advice that I'd give is that if you start on the right side, stay on the right side. Don't move to the middle, don't move to the left, only touch the blocks that are on the right. Same thing with the left side. If you start on the left side, only touch the blocks on the left. Don't go to the middle. Don't go to the right. Just stay on the side that you jump on. It'll make this so much easier and less complicated. You see, I only touch the blocks that are on the right side because that's where I first jumped. Then when I get to this elevator, my bad skeleton, you jump up to the other side, and the rest of the run is pretty simple. And I'll show you where you can actually make this run faster and even beat a world record score. And you'll see right here, I slide instead of diving. If I hit a dive instead of a slide, I'd be able to make it over, which would have absolutely smoked the world record. If you can figure out how to do that, which I haven't gotten down consistently yet, you will definitely get a world record. So I get very blessed at the end of these blocks where one of them just decides to take me up to the top, which is very fortunate. I get 9/11. My face is absolutely flabbergasted. I'm just super excited about breaking the record again. And yeah, there you have it, the current Get Higher world record. I know this isn't ranked play, but I hope you enjoyed regardless. Like and subscribe if you do. Let me know down below if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll catch you next time at lunchtime.